welcome to MahendraGuru.com, the Brahmas for Success, and you are watching STT20 or Speed Test T20. In this particular show, we would focus on the top 20 questions in the SBI Clerk Speed Test examinations. So the speed test of concern in this particular video is the ST12 of SBI Clerk Mains, and the subject is general awareness. So let's see the questions that would come in this particular SBI ST Clerk. Number 1. Who is the regulator of the capital market? Well, many a times in the clerical examinations, questions have been asked regarding regulators of different markets. They could ask you a question from regulators of the money market, that is RBI. They would ask you a question of regulator of the, for example, of the insurance market, that is IRDAI. Similarly, regulator of the for example, the IT market, that is TRAI. In that particular context, the regulator of capital market. Now, the reason of this particular question is because they want to have an idea about the clerk being aware about the whereabouts. So let's see the options. IRDA. Well, it's concerned with the insurance. RBI, money market, as already stated. SEBI, it isn't a regulator. SEBI is a regulator, and yes, it is a regulator of the capital market. So the answer is SEBI. Many a times in our branches, we try to inculcate that money market short term is concerned with the RBI, because the debt market is humongous in terms of the money market stature. But if we discuss the capital market, huge amounts of equity is involved in such a market. Therefore, the answer is SEBI. That is option 4. Number 2 question. Who among the following have been named as the flag bearer for India Rio Olympics? Well, in terms of Rio Olympics, there have been several ambassadors. There could be ambassadors, for example, Sushil, for example, Sachin Tendulkar, Salman Khan, and Abhinav Bindra. But here we are discussing about who would be the flag bearer, who would be the leader of the Indian contingent in the Rio Olympics. We have several options. Saina Nehwal, a close contender, but not the answer. Vijender Singh, perhaps he isn't a part of the contingent, he has turned professional in boxing, so that's a no. Rohan Bopanna, a highly ranked doubles player of the world and the true successor of Leander Pace, he isn't the answer. And then we have Abhinav Bindra, the sole gold medalist of India in the world of shooting in the Olympics. Yes, he is the flag bearer in this time around in the Rio Olympics. So the answer is option 4, that is Abhinav Bindra. Let's see the third question. On which of the following investor category SEBI has introduced more strict KYC norms? Well, recently they've gone through the participatory notes. Now, participatory notes is an indirect form of foreign investment in which any individual entity which wants to invest in India invest via the FII or FDI. In here, the difference is that that particular entity, may be an individual or a company, do not classify in detail about the identity. So in this particular context, the KYC norms have been made more stricter so that the illegal black money or the money laundering activities are negated. So the answer is option 3. Let's move forward. Who is the regulator of currency in India? Well, the regulator of currency, the issuer of currency are similar. In that context, if a currency is minted or printed in case of notes, it is done under the RBI. So here we have two close options, Union Government and the RBI. These two are close options. But if you study the RBI Act 1934, it's clearly stated that the issuer and the manager of the regulation of currency is done via the RBI. So the answer is Reserve Bank of India. That is option 2. That is the answer for question 4. Let's move forward. The Bureau of Indian Standards is headquartered in, well, I'll give you a hint. It's headquartered in Manak Bhavan, and Manak Bhavan, like all other bhavans, all our famous bhavans, for example, for the central organization, is in New Delhi. So the answer is New Delhi. Earlier Hyderabad, but now the answer is New Delhi. So that is the answer of question 5. And here, how to study, how to go through the different organizations. Very simple. Log on to MahendraGuru.com. On the tab, you'll see a mica option, mica tab. Click on that particular mica tab, and you would get a KYO written. That is know your organization. In that particular page, we've provided you different organizations, their descriptions, and the most important features of those organizations. So go through that particular part in the section of KYO, that is know your organization. Let's proceed. Who launched first white label ATM of the country at Chandrapada, a tier 5 town near Mumbai? Well, the answer is who it can be. It is Tata Communications Payment Solutions. Though out of these 5, only the TCPS is an authorized white label ATM vendor. Others are not even contenders or not even the applicants or the vendors of white label ATM. So the answer has to be option 1, that is Tata Communications Payment Limited. There are other vendors as well. For example, Vakirangi, Prism, but they are not in the option. So the answer is number 1. That is Tata Communications Payment Solutions. Let's proceed. SDR is IMF's currency. It is in which form? Sometimes people say that it is in gold. Sometimes people say it's a paper currency like a rupee or a dollar. Well, first of all, what is an SDR? SDR is special drawing rights. Now, it is a balance fund of the IMF through which it lends to its member countries. If India wants to lend from the RBI, lend from the IMF would take into consideration the account maintained by the government in the IMF itself. Depending upon the quota and the rate of interest, they provide the loan to the government of India via a bookkeeping entry that is called as the special drawing rights. So let's see, where is bookkeeping entry? Yes, it is at option 4. That is, it is a bookkeeping entry, that is special drawing rights. Let's move forward. Inflation means, now, when the price of goods and services increases over a period of time in an economy, that particular phenomena is called as inflation. Here, the first word, that is decrease. Well, I said, I'll again reiterate, increase in the prices. Well, here we have increase in the prices of goods. Then we have no effect, but that is not the answer. Rise in national income, that is not the answer, and no effect. So the answer is, and I'll add a correction, that it is increase in the prices of goods and services over a particular period of time in an economy, that is called as inflation. So the answer, it's a very simple question. Keep in mind that the paper is SBI Clerk. It's a clerical cadre paper, so you have to have your priorities right. You have to go through the basics, because they would ask you basic simple questions, and if you are going for the deep and most and very tough sort of concepts, those perhaps should be kept for the SBI PO mains and not for the clerk mains. So here you have to go through the base, you have to go through the definitions of national income, of inflation, of what is GDP. So here we have inflation, that is the increase in the prices of goods and services, that is option 2. Let's proceed further. Which of the following countries has euro as its currency but it is not a part of the European Union? We have several options. Now, Syria is not a part of the European Union and it hasn't the currency. Vatican City, Lithuania, Belarus, and none of these. Well, the answer is Vatican City, that has the currency euro, but it isn't a member of the European Union. Let's proceed. Money laundering is related to. Well, money laundering is the siphoning of funds, or in simple terms, it is a method by which the black money is transferred through illegal channels. So here, if you discuss that, what is money laundering related to? Providing money to BPL people, well, that is not. That is a government scheme and that is not illegal. Reducing NPA, again, that is an action by the bank and that is not money laundering. Curbing black money, that could be an answer. Lowering rate of unemployment, that is the answer. The answer is curbing black money. So the Money Laundering Act, or the money laundering, basically focuses on the black money activities, and the Money Laundering Act, that is the AMLA or the PMLA, would focus on curbing the black money menace, so that the amount of money that is not in the banking channel or not in the financial channel should be kept as low as possible. So here the particular money laundering is related to the curbing of black money or black money in total. Let's proceed to the 11th question. Deposit insurance and credit insurance and deposit insurance and credit guarantee corporation, that is DICGC, that is a subsidiary of RBI, was established for the purpose of. Now let's see two words here, deposit and credit guarantee. Now the amount that you deposit in a bank, that is insured to a primary level, and the amount lended by the bank, that is also insured. So let's see if that particular logic is in these options. Providing insurance of deposits to government employees only. Well, it doesn't say that it provides to government employees only, so this is a no. Providing insurance of banks deposits and guaranteeing of trade facilities. That could be an answer. So this we keep in standby. Providing insurance of deposits and guaranteeing credit facilities to EPFO members. Well, if that is the case, then the EPFO should be concerned and not the bank. So this is a no. Providing insurance of deposits to employees of cooperative. Well, again specifying. Providing insurance of deposits and guarantee credit facilities to IRDA members, well, that again is a no, because the ICGC only guarantees deposits of especially the banks. So here we have to keep a generalized answer, that is providing insurance of bank deposits and guaranteeing of credit facilities to every customer in a bank. So the answer is option 2. Others are pretty close, but they have certain glitches. For example, not only to government employees, not only to EPFO members or to IRDA members. It is for everybody if he or she has an account in a bank. So the answer is option 2. Let's proceed. The headquarters of WHO. Well, again, the static GK part. You have to go through the headquarters of different organizations. Do not worry again. Download all the KYO pages, that is the Know Your Organization pages, and those pages would be enough, more than enough, for remembering, for getting an idea about different organizations, thereby satiating the basic need of remembering organizations, headquarters, their heads, or their different features. So here the answer is Geneva, Switzerland. So you have to go through other parts of it, of the UN as well, for example the UNDP or different other parts. Let's proceed. NABARD was established on the recommendations of. NABARD was established on the recommendations of. Well, the answer is it's B. Sivaraman Committee, that was instrumental in providing the establishment of NABARD. Before that, there was another wing that was concerned with agriculture redevelopment, but that was replaced by NABARD, which is the regulator in terms of the rural development in India, and perhaps it has played a critical role in the upliftment of the rural banks or the rural development, that is. So the answer is Sivaraman Committee, that is option 2. 14th question. Again, Money Laundering Act was passed to. So what this particular thing states, that the money laundering is in news, that's why we've given 2 questions. So the question is, Money Laundering Act was passed to, number 1, to liberalize tax norms, to avoid tax evasion, to impose heavy taxes, to help and control inflation. Well, this isn't a part. It's more concerned with keeping the money in the banking channel, keeping the money in the legal sense. So we have to make that particular amount, if that is tax liable, make it under the tax structure. So the tax evasion should be avoided. Yes, that is a big thing. To liberalize tax norms, well, that could also be a possibility. But here the Money Laundering Act is not for the liberalization of tax norms, but it is for the avoidance of tax evasion. So here we have option 2, that is the answer. Let's proceed further. A cross check. What is a cross check? Now, in a cross check, it cannot be cashed at the counter, should be deposited in the account only, is encashed by the drawer only 1 and 2. Well, all are correct. If it is if it is a general check, yes, it can be cashed at the counter. So it cannot be cashed. That is correct. Should be deposited in the account only. Yes, that could be a possibility. Is encashed by the drawer only. We can say that it is encashed by the drawer only. So the answer is for option 5. That is 1, 2, and 3. That is the answer for this particular question. Arbitrage. Now, arbitrage, again, financial terms. We have a glossary on Mahindra Guru that has financial terms from A to Z, that contains about difference for the financial terms. So arbitrage is in the A category. Now, what is arbitrage? Now, arbitrage is the buying and selling of securities in 2 markets, thereby gaining advantage of the far cheaper market, far economical. For example, in India, the sale of a particular thing would give more profit than the sale of that particular thing in US. So you buy from US and sell in India, thereby gaining a profit. For example, the price of an iPhone is higher in India, but it is comparatively lower in the other markets. So that particular thing, if it happens, that is an arbitrage phenomena, and that is the option 1, buying and selling in 2 markets simultaneously. Let's proceed further. Which of the following is a function or are functions of a bank? It accepts deposit, yes it does. Everybody knows. It gives loans, yes it does. And bank assurance, yes. Providing bank provides insurance to its customer, yes it does. So option A, B, C are correct. And let's see if we have that particular option. Yes, we have a particular option. Option 3, all A, B and C, that is the correct answer for which of the following is a function or functions of a bank. Let's proceed further. What is the full form of CRPS? Now CRPS has been in use, in which the banks will be allowed to convert a part of their exposed bad loans into the shares. So here the word conversion or convertible would be important, and in terms of the 5 options, only option 1 and option 3 have convertible, because we have to convert a particular bad loan. Then if it is converted, then we have to get the payment back as well. So it should be redeemable. Both the options have the particular thing. But it should not be a physical, it could be in demat form as well. So it should be a preference, in which it should be a given preference over other shares in terms of this in terms of providing the dividend. So the answer is option 1. The option 3 is pretty close. Apart from this particular word, that is physical, it could be in a demat form as well. So the answer is convertible redeemable preference shares. This is an acronym that could come in the SBI PO main, especially because it is a very important news in terms of the RBI itself. Apart from the RBI governor relieving his post on September 4th, but apart from that, this is again an important factor, that is CRPS, that is convertible redeemable preference shares. Let's move forward. What will be the settlement cycle and group of sovereign gold bonds which will be traded on NSE from 13th of June 16? Well, this should not come in the SBI Clerk mail, because it's a question of the current affairs, because it has been in news, but it is a very tough question in terms of the SBI Clerk mails. But we've kept it because it's in news and you cannot guess for the surprise that could come. So the answer here would be T+2, that is G group, that is the answer. And then the last question, the balance of payment. Now balance of payment is a systematic record of all the transactions done by the people of a country with the rest of the world. I'll again reiterate, the balance of payment is particularly the amount of transactions done by the people of a country with the rest of the world in a particular time period. Now the transactions could be in terms of cash, it could be in terms of investment, it could be in terms of trading, for example selling and buying of goods and services. So it could be in the current account and also in the capital account. So a current account of goods and services only, well, that is a part, because you could invest as well, and that would not be here because that could be in cash. A capital account, yes, that could be possibility, but they should be in sync. Official settlement accounts only, well, that is not correct. Record settlement of FDI and FI, yes, that is correct. All of these, but the answer is all of these. It should be a sum of these particular things. That is a current account of goods and services only, a capital account of financial assets only, official settlements accounts only, and record of the statement of FDI and FI. That is the complete sum up of the balance of payments. So the answer is all of these, option 5. With this, we come to an end to our discussion on the SBI Clerk Mains ST12. We hope you like the video in terms of the analysis of the 20 questions, because these are the 20 questions that were the most important in terms of the SBI ST Clerk 12. We hope that various people would have succeeded in the SBI Clerk Pre, and they would be willing to give a shot at the SBI Clerk Mains 12. For that particular thing, we've also published the SBI Clerk Booster, the Last Star Booster, and also the Computer Booster, thereby giving you a 360-degree approach in terms of studying through every subject in a systemized manner. We would be starting the live video PSS today itself, that is Monday, and that particular PSS would have all the 5 Mahagurus in terms of English, Maths, GA, Reasoning and Computers as well. So keep looking for that particular video, for that particular show that would be live today itself in the evening hours. With this intention that everybody succeeds in whatever they do, your success is our success. Thank you.